you're struggling to get energy into your tracks, or perhaps you can't get your mixes to actually lift and pop right out of the speakers, let me introduce you to Waves IDX. Hi everybody, my name is Marcus Huskins here on behalf of Waves, and in this video I have the pleasure of introducing you to Waves IDX Intelligent Dynamics. What is Waves IDX? Waves IDX is an intelligence dynamics processor that has the ability to basically make some decisions in terms of what's needed for the main primary frequency-focused content, and then anything that's not required or just filling up empty space. This will kind of compress that and tame that, giving it almost the perception of having some fairy dust or a sparkle on it. Let's take a really quick look at the GUI here for a moment. We have some basic controls for speed. We have our main knob over here, which determines the overall processing amount. We have the ability to tilt. We have two different modes, hard, soft. We have an output gain, which to be honest with you, you're probably never going to have to use this. And then you have a quick match option. So if you're doing anything that's incredibly excessive, we have the ability to just choose the quick match, and this will auto level gain match things, so you can have a little bit better of an A/B. That being said, let's just dial in some settings over here. If we move this knob over here, you'll notice that right away, we're already doing some processing. So let's let this play through a bit, and we'll take a look at how we can adjust things.
Tell me something that I don't know. I got a lot to learn and a way to go. All the lies I tell myself, I need to hear the truth from someone else.
As I move this point over here, Waves IDX is automatically choosing what needs to be kind of tamed, and it's bringing things into focus just based on this EQ curve. Also worth mentioning, if you hold a command modifier control on a PC, that we can click to adjust and switch between basically high shelf, low shelf, and an actual bell curve. In addition to that, we can also tilt this in either direction. So this really gives us a quick and easy way to be able to focus. What I'm going to do is let's move over to a different part of the song where everything is kind of going, and I'm just going to dial something in real time.
Aim straight for the heart. Oh, I'm ready for you. Yeah, I'm ready for
You can see how easy that was. Basically, this processor, just by dialing up the amount, has made some decisions on what's important, and then I have some control in terms of fine-tuning or finessing those adjustments. Let's move on to some different source tracks here so we can kind of put this under the spotlight. I'm going to start off with the drums, and I'm going to be pushing this a little bit harder than usual. You can see how this is already focusing the energy on areas that just kind of make sense. Now, if we're happy with where things are and we just kind of want to brighten things up or maybe dull them down a little bit, we can just use the basic tilt adjustment. From there, just a matter of dialing and adjusting your speed. This is very controlled. Let's bring it back. Let's let it breathe a little bit more. Now notice that we have quite a difference in terms of our A/B level. This can be adjusted just by clicking the quick match. Next up, we have an instance of IDX on the bass. Again, just dialing up that knob. We can see where the work is happening here. But maybe I actually want to bring this up. A quick couple moves, and we've already arrived at a really, really great A-B. One thing worth pointing out with respect to working with this style of plugin is if you are the type of person that likes to premix as you produce, then having the ability to basically just tweak one knob and a couple different settings, this can be really, really useful because these are really great in terms of a producer plugin that just lets you get on with your mix and keep working, essentially really saving you multiple different stages in terms of adding EQs or compressors or anything really. This plugin is really taking the place of multiple plugins all in one, and it is super easy to dial in, and it's kind of doing the hard work for us in determining what's not necessary and what's needed in terms of fundamental frequencies that are going to help your tracks pop out. All right, so next up, let's take a look at using this on a lead vocal.
Tell me my mistakes, take my breath away, sweep the rug under my feet.
Notice how it just lifts it out.
Say what's on your mind, like you got an axe to grind. Well, I won't ever claim defeat.
So you can hear in this case how just bringing this in, dialing up the amount and making just a small tweak in terms of the actual tilt allowed us to fit this in perfectly in context of the mix. Also worth mentioning that if you would like to use this live in real time, maybe you're playing some virtual instruments, or even if you're tracking on a real instrument, there is actually a low latency version which will allow you to run in real time. So this can be incredibly useful if you want to have the benefits of dialing in a really specific tone, but you don't want to really mess around with stuff too much. You just want to stay creative, and in the moment, we can do that. Another way that you can use this, and arguably potentially a better way to use this, would be building a mix from the ground up with IDX in place. And this, in some cases, can give you a lot better result because you're building things systematically. You're finding a place for all the tracks. You're dialing in the proper amount of energy, getting things to pop. This is a really great way to work because what IDX is intelligently determining, it's choosing the right frequencies, what to kind of bring to focus and what to kind of ignore and compress and lay back a little bit. So let's take a listen to the before and after of this cumulative result.
Hit me with one clean shot. Give it all that you've got. Aim straight for the heart. 'Cause I'm ready for you. I'm ready for you.
So that's using Waves IDX Intelligent Dynamics Processor, an incredibly intuitive and easy to use plugin that brings life into your tracks and makes mixing decisions much easier, allowing you to move forward with what's important, making music. I'm Marcus Huskins, and we will catch you in the next video. Cheers.